Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Los, and I'm coming back at y'all with another episode of what happened to our favorite hoopers. Today we are going to be going over Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy was a beast, man. Everybody had mad respect for his game. But before we get into it, please make sure y'all drop a like on the video. Tell me in the comments who you want me to do a video on next. And definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel before you leave. But without further ado, let's get into it. Brandon Dwayne Roy was born July 23rd, 1984 in Seattle, Washington. He first started playing basketball seriously while playing on an AAU team in the 6th grade. He would attend Garfield High School in Seattle, where he would be considered one of the top players in the state. He was considered a 4-star recruit at the time, and at one point he was even an early entry candidate for the 2002 NBA draft, meaning he could have possibly went straight out of high school, but he would withdraw his name after consideration and would go on to commit to the University of Washington. Brandon's road to the NBA was not going to be an easy one though, and he would face challenges even before getting into college. See, Roy suffered from a learning disability and struggled with the SAT. Unsure if he was even going to attend college because of his learning disability, Roy would start working at the Seattle docks, cleaning containers for $11 an hour. It took him 4 attempts, but he finally got that call from his coach and he was able to attend the University of Washington in 2002. For y'all that don't know, when Roy was at the University of Washington, his backcourt mate was Nate Robinson. Yes, I said it, the future dunk champion Nate Robinson. He would go on to have great success at the University of Washington, where he would lead his team to 2 Sweet 16 appearances. In his senior year, he would average 20 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists a night. And he would also be named the Pac-10 Player of the Year. He was also a finalist for the Wooden Award, the Naismith Award, the Oscar Robertson Award, and the Adolph Rupp Award, so this guy's name was going up. Brandon was selected with the number 6 overall pick by the Minnesota Timberwolves and was traded that same day to Portland. I guess joke's on you, Minnesota. Well, not really, because Minnesota would get him later down the line, but we'll get into that. As a rookie, Roy would average 14.5 points a game, and he was later named Rookie of the Year. He received 127 out of 128 first place votes. I'm gonna put this in perspective for y'all. That 2006 draft class had some names: Rajon Rondo, Rudy Gay, LaMarcus Aldridge, Tyus Thomas, Shannon Brown, and Andrea Bargnani. So for him to be the unanimous Rookie of the Year out of that class is pretty damn good. Brandon Roy was destined for success at this point, and everyone knew he was going to be one of the future stars of the league. But we've all heard about that injury bug, and it didn't take long to bite Brandon Roy. As a rookie, a knee injury kept Roy out of numerous games. He would only play 57 games his rookie year, and that's the second fewest amount of games for a Rookie of the Year winner to have played. The next season, 07-08, Roy was selected to his first ever All-Star game, and the final game before All-Star weekend, Roy would sprain his ankle. Now, he was so excited to be an All-Star that he would still play in the game, but this ankle injury would carry on for the remainder of the season. So fast forward a little bit to the 08-09 preseason, Brandon Roy would undergo a medical procedure to remove cartilage from his left knee. He would eventually recover and was selected to his second All-Star game that season, as well as finish 9th in the MVP voting. So this was looking pretty good for Brandon Roy. This was great, and the Blazers loved what they were seeing from Brandon Roy, so they offered him a contract extension, 5-year, $82 million, and that would keep him a Blazer through the 2014 season. Unfortunately, this good news was overshadowed by another Brandon Roy injury, a slight meniscus tear in his right knee. But as I told y'all before, Brandon Roy was a fighter. He overcame adversity after adversity, circumstance after circumstance, and he would overcome this as well. Roy would undergo surgery for that torn meniscus and was expected to miss the playoffs. However, just 8 days later, he came back and led the Blazers to a Game 4 win in the first round. So that's pretty damn tough. This would, however, be one of the final bright spots of Brandon Roy's young career. That following offseason, a surgeon who consulted Brandon Roy's knees throughout his career would inform the media of news that no athlete would ever want to get. The consulting surgeon believed that Brandon Roy, who was only 26 at the time, had 1, maybe 2 years left in those knees. And it was so bad to the point where it wasn't like he would just be exiting his prime in 1 to 2 years. It was that his career would be done. His knees were bone to bone, and there was no other surgery or procedure that would keep Roy pain-free while playing basketball. The surgeon would give the Blazers 3 suggestions. 1, they could limit Roy's practice reps to almost nothing. 2, they could play him off the bench in 65 to 75 games per season, choosing to rest him in key spots. And the third option was pray, because the long-term outlook looked pretty grim. On December 10th, 2011, Brandon Roy would announce his retirement from the game of basketball due to his knees. However, he would try to make a return in 2012 with the Timberwolves, the team that initially drafted him. However, this was to no avail. Brandon Roy's knees were done, and it still is to this day one of the saddest stories ever, man. This guy was in his prime. He was drafted in 2006, and by 2011 he was finished. His body had gave out on him. But man, Brandon Roy had a crazy 6-year run. When he was healthy, Brandon Roy had made it clear to the world he was an all-star caliber player. He was a bona fide scorer with talent to impress crowds on a nightly basis. Let me put in perspective how good Brandon Roy was for y'all one time. Kobe Bryant during his prime was asked who the toughest player for him to guard in the West was. Kobe Bryant's response was Roy. 365 days, 7 days a week, Roy has no weaknesses in his game. Now mind you, this is in 2010 when Kevin Durant was also in the league. That is insane. That showed you the amount of respect Kobe Bryant had for Brandon Roy's game. This wasn't a diss at Kevin Durant. This was just to let people know how good Brandon Roy was. We wouldn't hear much about Brandon Roy after his stint with Minnesota until 2017 when he was actually shot. Yes, I said it, shot. He was actually visiting his grandmother in Southern California. When he was leaving the residence, 2 people opened gunfire. There happened to be children playing in front of his grandmother's house, and Brandon Roy quickly shielded the children from getting shot, which resulted in Roy getting shot in the leg. These were non-life-threatening injuries, but man, that is amazing. And although Brandon was an all-star on the court, this man might be a Hall of Fame coach. I'm telling you, 4 years after being forced to retire from the NBA, Roy accepted a coaching position at Nathan Hale High School in 2017. He had no coaching background at all and led that team to an undefeated season and a state championship. That is just insane. The next year he would move to his alma mater, Garfield, and he would capture another state title there with another undefeated team. So Brandon Roy has transitioned from playing the game of basketball to coaching the game of basketball at an elite level. I mean, think about it. This man averaged 19, 4, and 4 in 6 seasons, bro. 3-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year, Kobe Bean Bryant stamps you. I mean, this guy had done a lot in just 6 years. And I know we all wish we got to see what Brandon Roy would have eventually turned into, because I can guarantee you, he would have been one of the best 2 guards of all time. Such a promising career stopped short by injuries. We've seen this time and time again, but this situation was a little different, man. He only got 6 years and his body completely betrayed him. Crazy. But I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. Please don't leave the video without dropping a like. Definitely tell me in the comments who you want me to do a video on next. Definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel before you dip out. I appreciate all the love, and just like that, we out.